Here in Bradenton, time folds back on itself. The charm of history and its enigmatic lessons consist in the fact that from age to age, nothing changes, and yet everything is completely different.
One of my favorite stories about Manatee County history is about a young man named Charles Macy. Charles worked for a woman named Ellen Clark who had a store. Ellen's husband had died, and when Charles went to the funeral, it was in the middle of the summer, and the grave was full of water because it had been a rainy season. And so Charles looked down in and saw that coffin being lowered in the water, and he was horrified. So he went to Ellen and said, "If I ever die in Florida, please don't bury me here. Send me back to New York." So Ellen promised, and 2 months later, Charles died. We have stepped back in time to the Manatee Village Historical Park. People can come here and experience history and see what it was like to be a pioneer. They can discover what life was like before we had electricity or air conditioning or indoor plumbing, telephones, all the kinds of things we have today. A day when you didn't walk around looking at your email all the time in your pocket. So it's a good place to come and find out what it was like to live over 100 years ago. So he went to Ellen and said, "If I ever die in Florida, please don't bury me here. Send me back to New York." So Ellen promised, and 2 months later, Charles died. So she didn't know what she was going to do. The boats didn't come regularly back and forth between Manatee County and New York. So she opened up a whiskey barrel. She stuffed his body inside the barrel and nailed the top shut. And he sat on her porch of her store until the next boat came that was going to New York. So we say he was the first Manatee County man to be pickled.